is enough said.
What up, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video, giving you guys a second video of the day because you know I love spoiling you. So support the channel, smash that like button, and do not forget to subscribe. And just a quick reminder, you guys, I mentioned it on the last video earlier today. If you haven't seen it, once you're done with this, go check it out. But a reminder, December 6th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing a live episode where I'm going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to be having a lot of fun, so make sure to tune in on that one. And together, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, like I mentioned, you guys, I posted a video about earlier today about basically a pregame talking about the game between the Miami Heat and the Detroit Pistons. I am amped for tonight's game. But in this episode, you guys, I want to talk about something that came up yesterday. This was from Brett Siegel. Now, for those of you who don't know Brett Siegel, he's one of the most popular NBA inside reporters out there, and he was mentioning something. As we all know, I posted a video a few days about this with the Domantas Sabonis episode about the potential of Miami trading for Domantas Sabonis. Sacramento, they're basically going to be doing a fire sale. They are open to trade talks for Zach LaVine, Domantas Sabonis, and DeMar DeRozan. Now, what Brett Siegel reported, and I'm going to read this by quote. Brett Siegel reports, most teams expect the Kings to trade two of the three of Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan by the trade deadline. Siegel's reports indicates that DeRozan as having the easiest path to a trade of the three, listing the Milwaukee Bucks, Los Angeles Clippers, Miami Heat, Portland Trail Blazers, and Memphis Grizzlies as potential landing spots. Keep an eye on the Bucks, Clippers, Heat, Blazers, and Grizzlies. Well, that's basically repeating it. I don't know why they said that. Now, this is not something that's old news. We've talked about the potential of DeMar DeRozan coming to the Miami Heat for many years. Hasn't happened. There was a lot of flutters back in the Jimmy Butler era, you know, when Miami struck out on Damian Lillard. So they were just trying to put a Band-Aid, trying to get DeMar DeRozan. They ended up getting Terry Rozier. That bit us in the ass. But the really cool thing, you guys, is that DeMar DeRozan, he is on the final year of his contract, making $24.7 million this season. Even though he's 35 years old, he's having a very productive season in Sacramento. He's played all 20 games so far, averaging 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.2 steals a game. He's shooting 49% from the field, 36% from the three-point line, 90% from the free throw line. So when you look at his numbers and you look at his fit, it's on paper, it seems great. And I'll be honest with you guys, I would 100% be open to DeMar DeRozan coming to the Miami Heat. But at what costs? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys about something. I really feel that the only trade that the Miami Heat should entertain is another big on this team. And that's not trading Bam Adebayo or Kel'el Ware. That's to add a third big man to this roster. So you're potentially looking at pieces like Nikola Jovic, Terry Rozier, if you can move him, Tyler Hero, depending on who the player is. I'm not going to trade Tyler Hero unless we're talking about someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Lauri Markkanen, potentially Domantas Sabonis. It's depending on the player. But if you're telling me that if Sacramento is asking for a package involving Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Andrew Wiggins, I'm hanging up the phone with them even before they can finish the offer. There's one trade, and only one trade I am willing to do for DeMar DeRozan. And I said this in the offseason. I've said this so many times. But if Sacramento was willing to take Terry Rozier and a future second-round draft pick for DeMar DeRozan, I'll make that trade. Because Terry Rozier is just eating shit on this roster. He's eating up a salary cap space. So if you're able to trade him for a guy like DeMar DeRozan, it works because DeMar DeRozan can help you now. Now, they're making around the same money, so it works. And if Sacramento is already tanking, why not trade for a guy who's not even going to play? A guy who may have his contract just absolved from your salary cap this year. But more than likely, you guys, if they end up trading for Terry Rozier, that's them waving the white flag, which makes a lot of sense. They can continue their tankathon. DeMar DeRozan is not going to help them compete. He can come to this Miami Heat team. He could be a role bench player. But does DeMar really want to do that? If he wants to win a championship, then yes. But if he wants to continue to put up these same numbers that he's putting, he needs to stay in Sacramento. Now, DeMar DeRozan needs to make this decision because here's the thing. If DeMar DeRozan keeps these numbers up, when he becomes a free agent this offseason, he can get another pretty good contract. But if he comes to the Miami Heat and has a bench role, he may not be able to get as much as his value would be if he stays in Sacramento. And here's another thing about this potential trade, you guys. It's going to take away from a lot of players on this team. It's going to take away from Kel'el Ware. It's going to take away from Jaime Jaquez. It's definitely going to take Nikola Jovic out of the rotation. It's going to kill certain players' growth. Does it help the Miami Heat contend in the East? Maybe. Maybe. But if you ask me, you guys, I don't think the Heat need to make this trade. We're already good with what we have. We have quality players that come off the bench that don't need the ball in their hands. Guys like Kel'el Ware, Drew Smith. These are two particular guys that come off the bench that you need as role players because they do the little things. As where if DeMar DeRozan comes on this team, where does Jaime Jaquez's production go? I think you don't need to trade for DeMar DeRozan simply because you have Andrew Wiggins and Jaime Jaquez. And you also have Kel'el Ware and Keshad Johnson. In my opinion, Keshad Johnson is the next Caleb Martin. You cannot stunt the growth of your developmental players. This was supposed to be a gap year. It turned into a contending year because of these guys. Why would you want to kill the momentum with DeMar DeRozan? So yeah, in the offseason, before we saw this progression, I would have said if Sacramento would do Terry Rozier in a second round draft pick, let's go. But now, I don't really think we need him. But I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. DeMar DeRozan on this Miami Heat team for Terry Rozier in the second round draft pick. Do you think it makes us better? Or do you think it hurts us because it stunts other players? I really want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, you guys. Appreciate y'all's support. December 6th, we got the live episode at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget that. I love y'all. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.